Ladies and gentlemen, today we're here to do something simple yet incredibly powerful. We're here to say thank you. And let me tell you, when you can truly appreciate the life you've been given, when you can look up and say thank you, God, something inside you shifts. Something inside you wakes up. Because gratitude changes everything. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces we have in this world. It has the ability to transform our lives in ways we can't even imagine. Often we move through life so quickly, we forget to stop and truly appreciate what we have. We get caught up in the hustle of our daily routines, chasing after goals or dealing with our struggles, that we overlook the simple yet profound gift of life itself. But today, I want to remind you of something vital. The fact that we're even here, breathing, alive. This in itself is a blessing. And that's why we must take a moment to thank God. See, waking up every day is a gift. It may seem like a small thing, but the fact that we get another opportunity to live, to grow, to learn, and to experience is nothing short of miraculous. We might take it for granted sometimes, but every single day is another chance to move closer to our purpose, to do something meaningful, to make a difference. And that's something worth thanking God for. Now, I know that life is far from perfect. We all go through tough times, times where we question everything. There are days when you feel like you're giving it your all, and it just doesn't seem to be enough. Maybe you face loss, heartbreak, or even failure. Maybe you're struggling with doubt, not sure how to keep going. I've been there, and I know it's not easy. But in those moments, in the midst of those struggles, we often find our greatest growth. I want you to understand that our challenges are not sent to break us. No, they're sent to build us. God never promised that the road would be easy. In fact, He warned us that we would face trials and tribulations, but He also promised that He would be with us through it all. He gave us the strength to endure. He gave us the resilience to keep going, even when the path seems unclear. When you're in the storm, it's hard to see the purpose behind it. But trust me, there's always a greater purpose at work. Sometimes you have to go through the fire to come out refined, stronger and more capable than before. And that's why we need to thank God, especially when things aren't going our way. Because those moments of struggle, they're shaping us, they're refining us, they're preparing us for what's ahead. If life were easy, we would never learn the strength and resilience we need to face the future. Our hardships are a part of God's plan, even when we don't fully understand it. But here's the thing. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful when things are going well. It's easy to say thank you when the sun is shining, when everything is falling into place. But what about when it feels like nothing is working? What about when your dreams seem out of reach, or when your path feels blocked? That's when your faith, your gratitude, and your strength truly matter. When you can look at the challenges, the setbacks, and still say, "Thank you, God," you are tapping into a deeper source of strength. Gratitude is not about ignoring the pain or pretending things are perfect. It's about acknowledging that, despite the difficulties, there is always something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the lesson you learned from a mistake. Maybe it's the person who stood by your side when you thought you had nothing left. Maybe it's the strength you never knew you had, rising to the occasion when you thought you couldn't go on. When we show gratitude, we not only honor the blessings we've received, but we also open ourselves up to receive more. God doesn't give us blessings just for our own benefit. He gives them to us so that we can use them to make the world better. When we express our gratitude through action, by helping others, by being a source of kindness, by sharing our blessings, we honor the gift of life and the gift of God's love. And let me tell you something, when you live a life of gratitude, you begin to see the world differently. You begin to notice the beauty in the small things, the smile of a stranger, the warmth of a kind word, the quiet moments of peace that surround you every day. Gratitude opens your eyes to the blessings that are already all around you, and in turn, it changes your perspective. It reminds you that even in the darkest of times, there is always something to be thankful for. So today, I challenge you to take a moment. Look at the life you have, the blessings you've received, and say thank you, not just with your words, but with your actions. Live a life of gratitude and watch how it transforms you. Watch how it gives you strength when you thought you had none left. Watch how it fills your heart with peace and your mind with clarity. Watch how it opens doors and creates opportunities. Watch how it opens doors and creates opportunities. And when you find yourself facing challenges, don't forget, say thank you, God. Because even in the struggle, there is growth, and even in the pain, there is purpose. You are alive, you are capable, and God has a plan for you. So thank Him for today, thank Him for tomorrow, thank Him for everything that's coming your way, because when you live with gratitude, the best is yet to come. Thank you for radiance. Say thank you for radiance. Thank you for everything. Because when you live with gratitude, the best is yet to come. Gratitude is one of the most transformative forces that we can experience in our lives. It has the power to change our mindset, alter the course of our day, and ultimately shape our future. However, it's easy to get distracted by the noise of life and forget just how much we have to be grateful for. We often focus on what we don't have, what we're missing, or what we feel is out of reach. But when we stop for a moment and reflect on the blessings we already have, no matter how big or small, it's astonishing how much we truly have to be thankful for. This is why taking a moment to say thank you to God is so important, and why it can change the way we see the world. Each day that we wake up is a gift. The simple fact that we're alive, that we're breathing, that we have another opportunity to live our lives and pursue our dreams is something we must never take for granted. Life is not guaranteed, and every new day is an opportunity to appreciate the things we have right in front of us. Too often, we rush through life, checking off tasks, going after goals, and focusing on the next thing. We chase success and forget that the gift of life itself is the most valuable thing of all. But if we could truly grasp this truth, if we could genuinely appreciate the miracle of waking up and the blessings we've been given, it would change everything. This doesn't mean that life is always easy or that everything comes without struggle. In fact, the struggles we face are often some of the most important moments in our journey. Life is full of challenges, unexpected obstacles, difficult decisions, setbacks, and moments when we feel like we can't go on. But it's through these very challenges that we learn who we truly are, what we're capable of, and how strong our faith is. It's in the midst of the struggles that we realize we have more strength than we ever thought possible. And when we recognize that God has given us the strength to keep going, to rise above, to overcome, we start to see our challenges in a new light. In the tough moments, it can be hard to find reasons to be thankful. When the world feels heavy and the road ahead seems unclear, it's natural to question why we're going through what we're going through. But that's precisely when we need gratitude the most. Because gratitude isn't just about feeling good when things are going right, it's about having the perspective to see that, even in the darkest of times, there's always something worth thanking God for. Maybe it's the lesson we're learning from the struggle. Maybe it's the support of loved ones who stand by us in the tough times. Maybe it's the growth we're experiencing, even when it feels painful. There's always something to be thankful for, and when we focus on that, it shifts our entire mindset. Gratitude, when practiced regularly, transforms our hearts and minds. It helps us focus on what we have instead of what we lack. It helps us see the goodness in our lives, even in the midst of difficulty. And the more we practice gratitude, the more it multiplies. It's like a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it becomes. Gratitude changes our perspective, and that shift in perspective changes our actions. Gratitude changes our actions. When we're grateful, we naturally want to give back, to serve, to help others. Gratitude isn't meant to be kept to ourselves. It's meant to be shared, to be expressed through our actions, our words, and the way we live our lives. And let's not forget that expressing gratitude is an active choice. It's easy to be thankful when things are going well, when life is smooth and everything seems to be falling into place. But it takes real faith to express gratitude when things aren't going as planned. It's in those moments that gratitude becomes a decision, a choice to focus on the good, to trust in God's plan, and to believe that everything we go through is shaping us for something greater. That gratitude in the face of adversity is a powerful act of faith. It's a declaration that we trust God, even when we don't understand the circumstances. It's a reminder that God is always with us, guiding us, and holding us up, no matter what we face. This is why gratitude is so important, not just as a feeling, but as a way of living. When we live with gratitude, we carry it with us into everything we do. It changes the way we interact with others. It makes us more compassionate, more patient, more kind. It shifts our focus from what we don't have to what we do have. And when we're grateful, we're able to give more of ourselves to others. Instead, we're able to recognize the blessings around us, and we're more willing to share those blessings with the world. So I encourage you to take a moment today and reflect on everything that you have to be thankful for. Start with the basics: your health, your family, your friends, the opportunity to work, the ability to learn, the freedom to choose your path. And when you do this, remember that gratitude isn't just something you feel, it's something you live. Let it guide your actions, shape your perspective, and transform the way you see the world. When you live with a heart full of gratitude, you invite peace, joy, and strength into your life. And you'll begin to see just how much you truly have to be thankful for. Faith is one of the most powerful driving forces in our lives. It is the foundation that holds us steady when everything around us seems to be falling apart. It's the quiet assurance that no matter how difficult the journey may be, there is something greater than ourselves at work. Faith isn't just a belief in something we can see, it's a deep knowing in our hearts that everything is happening for a reason. This is the simplest form of faith I've ever known, that there is a higher purpose, a plan that we can't always understand in the moment, but a plan that is unfolding in its own time. And this is where the importance of thanking God becomes so profound. When we have faith, we can trust that God is guiding us, even when we don't see the way forward. There will be times in our lives when the road ahead is unclear. We may feel lost, unsure, or overwhelmed by the challenges we face. In those moments, it's easy to doubt. It's easy to wonder if we're on the right path, or if we're even capable of handling the obstacles in front of us. But faith is not about having all the answers, or knowing exactly how things will turn out. Faith is trusting that God knows what we need, even when we don't. It's knowing that we don't have to do it all alone, that we are never truly walking this journey by ourselves. When we express gratitude to God, it's a declaration of that trust. It's an acknowledgement that we believe, even in the hard times, that He is there, that He is working in the background, behind the scenes, even when we can't see His hand. And it's not always easy to trust when we don't have all the answers. It's hard to be thankful when we're in the middle of a storm, when everything seems chaotic and uncertain. But it's precisely in those moments that our faith is tested, and it's in those moments that we must choose to thank God, even when we don't understand the why. When we are able to thank God in the midst of difficulty, we are aligning ourselves with His plan. We are saying, I may not understand what's happening right now, but I trust you, God. I trust that you are leading me. I trust that you will use this situation to build me, to grow me, to strengthen me. And that is powerful. That is the kind of faith that moves mountains. That is the kind of faith that opens doors, that creates pathways where there were none, that brings peace into chaos and light into darkness. Gratitude, when paired with faith, has the ability to shift our perspective completely. Instead of focusing on the challenges in front of us, we begin to see them as opportunities for growth. We start to recognize that every obstacle is a stepping stone, every setback a lesson, every moment of discomfort a chance to build character. It doesn't make the hard times any easier, but it gives us the strength to face them with a different mindset. Gratitude allows us to see the silver lining even when the clouds are heavy, and it helps us trust that God has a greater purpose in mind. Faith and gratitude also go hand in hand when it comes to believing in ourselves. Sometimes we get so focused on external circumstances, we forget to believe in our own abilities. We start to doubt whether we're capable of achieving our dreams, whether we're worthy of success, whether we can overcome the challenges in front of us. But faith reminds us that God has equipped us with everything we need to succeed. He has given us talents, abilities, and strengths that are unique to us. He has created us for a purpose, and He has never once left us to navigate this journey alone. When we show gratitude, we're not only thanking God for the blessings we see, but we're also acknowledging the strength He's already given us to face the challenges ahead. Gratitude helps us tap into that strength. It reminds us that we have everything we need to rise above our circumstances. It gives us the courage to move forward, even when the path is difficult. And when we add faith to that equation, we begin to realize that our potential is limitless. With God's guidance, there is nothing we cannot overcome. The power of gratitude, coupled with faith, is immeasurable. It transforms our hearts, our attitudes, and our lives. It helps us shift from a mindset of scarcity, where we focus on what we lack, to one of abundance, where we recognize the countless blessings that surround us every day. It helps us shift from fear and doubt to trust and confidence. And most importantly, it helps us remember that we are never alone on this journey. God is always with us, guiding us, strengthening us, and leading us to the next step. So, I encourage you today to hold on to your faith and practice gratitude. Trust that God has a plan for you, even when things don't make sense. Choose to thank Him, not just for the good things, but for the challenges as well, knowing that they are shaping you into the person you were meant to become. And when you face moments of doubt, remember that you are never walking this path alone. With faith and gratitude, you are equipped to overcome anything that comes your way. You have everything you need to move forward with strength, courage, and unwavering belief that God is with you every step of the way. Gratitude has the power to change our entire perspective on life. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind, constantly striving for more, never fully appreciating what we already have. The pressures of life, our responsibilities, and the pursuit of success can often lead us to focus on what we don't have, what we're lacking, and what we still need to achieve. But when we stop and take a moment to reflect on the blessings in our lives, something remarkable happens. Gratitude shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. It opens our eyes to the countless gifts that surround us every single day, gifts we might otherwise overlook. Now, when we take the time to practice gratitude, we begin to see life differently. We no longer take the simple things for granted, the warm embrace of a loved one, the roof over our heads, the food on our table, the opportunities that come our way. Gratitude helps us to appreciate the present moment, to be mindful of the good in our lives, rather than focusing on the things we think we lack. It brings us into a state of awareness, where we realize that in many ways, we already have everything we need. We do that today. But the beauty of gratitude doesn't stop at recognizing the good in our lives. It also unlocks the power to attract even more goodness into our lives. When we live in a state of gratitude, we draw more of the things we are thankful for into our experience. The law of attraction tells us that the energy we put out into the world comes back to us. So when we express gratitude for what we have, we invite more reasons to be grateful into our lives. Gratitude becomes a magnet for blessings, a powerful force that opens doors and creates opportunities. Gratitude also has the ability to shift our mindset from one of frustration or negativity to one of hope and positivity. It helps us break free from the cycle of complaining and self-pity and instead encourages us to focus on the things that are going well. It helps us to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles that are holding us back. Gratitude doesn't just make us feel good, it gives us the strength to keep going, even when things aren't perfect. It reminds us that we are capable of handling life's difficulties and that, with each challenge, we are becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. But the true power of gratitude comes when we not only acknowledge the blessings in our own lives, but also share those blessings with others. Gratitude is a powerful force that multiplies when we give it away. When we show gratitude through acts of kindness, when we lift others up with a kind word or a helping hand, we create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond ourselves. Gratitude doesn't just transform our own lives. It has the power to transform the lives of everyone we encounter. By giving thanks and showing appreciation for the people in our lives, we create a culture of kindness, generosity, and love. Gratitude is also a way of honoring the people and experiences that have shaped us into who we are today. It's easy to forget that the struggles we face are often the very things that help us grow and evolve. The challenges, the failures, and the setbacks are all part of the process that molds us into stronger, more capable individuals. When we look back on our lives with gratitude, we begin to see the purpose behind every trial, the lessons learned from every mistake, and the strength gained from every hardship. Gratitude allows us to recognize that every experience, good or bad, has played a role in shaping us and preparing us for what's to come. When we live with gratitude, we are also reminded of the bigger picture, the greater purpose that we are all a part of. Gratitude helps us to connect with the divine, to acknowledge that there is a higher power at work in our lives, guiding us, supporting us, and leading us toward our true purpose. When we express gratitude to God, we acknowledge that we are not in control of everything. We trust that He knows what is best for us, that He has a plan for our lives, and that every experience is part of that plan. Gratitude keeps us humble, reminding us that we are not self-made, but rather we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. As we embrace gratitude, we become more aware of the beauty and blessings that surround us. We begin to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. We appreciate the small moments, the laughter of a child, the beauty of nature, the kindness of a stranger. Gratitude helps us cultivate a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that we have enough, that we are enough, and that life is a precious gift. So let us choose gratitude today. Let us express thanks for the blessings we have, for the challenges that help us grow, and for the people who walk beside us. Let us make gratitude a daily practice, a way of life, so that we can fully appreciate the abundance that is already ours. And as we do, let us remember that the more we give thanks, the more we will receive. For gratitude is a cycle that never ends. The more we express it, the more we will experience it. And in doing so, we will unlock the full power of gratitude in our lives, transforming ourselves and the world around us. Sleeping later. Gratitude is not just something we express with our words. It's something we live every single day through our actions. It's easy to say thank you, but true gratitude is reflected in how we live our lives, how we treat others, and how we respond to the challenges that come our way. In a world that often focuses on what's wrong, on what's missing, or on what's broken, living with a heart full of gratitude is a choice to see the good, to acknowledge the blessings, and to act in a way that reflects that appreciation. Gratitude calls us to action. It's about more than just feeling thankful for the good things in our lives. It's about translating that feeling into meaningful acts. When we acknowledge the blessings we've been given, we have think about the impact you could have on the world if you took every moment of gratitude and turned it into an action. A simple act of kindness, a helping hand, a listening ear, or a word of encouragement can make a profound difference in someone's life. Gratitude, when lived out, becomes contagious. When you are genuinely thankful for what you have, it shows in your actions, and those actions inspire others to do the same. Excellence is the price we pay for gratitude in this life. Start today by living the gratitude that shines from your heart, because you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you could imagine, touching lives in ways that you might never even see. It's not just about giving material things either. Gratitude manifests in the small, everyday ways that we interact with others, how we listen, how we support, how we show up for the people in our lives. These are all reflections of our gratitude. When we're truly grateful, we don't just take from the world, we give back. We give of our time, our energy, our love, and our attention. We show appreciation not just with our words, but with our actions. This is how we make gratitude a part of who we are, how we make it an active, ongoing part of our daily lives. One of the most powerful ways we can show our gratitude is through service. When we serve others, when we help those in need, we not only give of ourselves, but we also acknowledge that we have been blessed with the ability to help. Serving others is an expression of gratitude for the blessings we've received, and it allows us to share those blessings with the world. Whether it's helping a neighbor, volunteering for a cause, or simply being there for a friend, service is a powerful way to live out gratitude. It reminds us that we are all connected, and that our blessings are not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of those around us. Another way to live out gratitude is by being present. Often we get caught up in the rush of life, thinking about what's next or worrying about the future. But gratitude invites us to slow down, to truly appreciate the moment we're in, right now. When we take the time to be present with those we love, to fully engage in the tasks we're doing, to savor the moments of peace in our day, we are showing gratitude for the time we've been given. Note, we're recognizing that life is a gift, and we don't want to take a single moment for granted. Gratitude also calls us to be more compassionate and understanding. When we're grateful for our own blessings, we develop a deeper sense of empathy for others. We recognize that not everyone has the same privileges or opportunities, and we become more mindful of how we treat those around us. Compassionate acts, whether it's offering help, providing support, or simply being kind, are powerful ways to show gratitude. The more we give to others, the more we open our hearts to the goodness that is already in the world. Living with gratitude is not always easy, especially when life doesn't go as planned. There will be days when things are tough, when we feel worn out or discouraged. But even on those days, there is always something to be grateful for. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the good, even in the hardest times. It's about finding the strength to keep going, knowing that there is something greater at work, that this challenge is not the end of the story, but a part of a greater journey. The more we live with gratitude, the more we see it reflected in every aspect of our lives. Our relationships improve, our perspective shifts, and we begin to feel a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Gratitude grounds us, it centers us, and it reminds us of what truly matters. It helps us see the beauty in the everyday, the joy in the simple moments, and the abundance in what we already have. Gratitude grounds us in what we already have. It helps us see the beauty in the everyday, the joy in the simple moments, and the abundance in what we already have. As you move forward today, I encourage you to take a moment and think about how you can show your gratitude through your actions. What can you do to give back? How can you serve others? How can you show appreciation to the people in your life? Gratitude is not something that just happens. It's something we choose to live. And when we make that choice, we unlock a deeper sense of purpose, a greater connection to the world around us, and a life filled with abundance, joy, and peace. So let's not just say thank you, let's live it. Let's make gratitude an active part of who we are and how we show up in the world. Let's transform our thankfulness into action and watch how it changes our lives and the lives of those around us. Because when we live with gratitude, we not only change ourselves, we change the world. Because this kind of reflection, especially in the glass degree, can be life-changing because it raises the question, how do I want to be?